All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to yet another video on my YouTube channel here, Zaxter99. And guys, we remember, I think it was just yesterday that I reviewed a game called Slender Exploration, where the developer, right here, the developer had used the Slender name, a name that he didn't own, of a popular old horror game series. And it almost looks like he either tried to mimic or he directly copied the Slender name itself, like the way it's written and everything. So, of course, I went into the game already frustrated that a developer was trying to steal, uh, another name of a popular series that had done well in years past. So the game was broken as well. The flashlight didn't work. The F key, as it said, did not work. Well, I left the negative review on this game, guys, and the developer tried to contact me last night while I was doing a live stream on my Twitch channel. This is a no-no, so I ignored him completely when he posted a wall of text on my live stream. Guys, if you're an indie developer and you want to contact me, the best way to contact me, guys, is to go to my YouTube page, go to my About page, and right here, it has a contact me email address. So for business inquiries, this is the way you would contact me. Go to my About page, and again, business inquiries. Don't start trying to cause drama in one of my live streams or something like that. Contacting me by my email address is also a lot better way than starting drama in the comments under a video. I'm just saying. But anyway, guys, he said that I was rude and I was a meanie head for lashing out at him in my video, which called the game garbage, for example, and blasted him for using the Slender name. So I did whisper him on Twitch after I was done with my live stream and told him to, because he said he was going to take his game down. He said, I've already submitted a request to take my game down. He said, you were rude about it, but maybe you're right. It's basically the tone of his messages during my live stream. So I messaged him later and I was like, dude, don't take your game down. Just submit to Steam a request to change the name, which he listened. I even gave him an example of Lost in the Woods. I was like, just change it to Lost in the Woods or something like that and take out the Slender name, a name you don't own. And I even gave him a suggestion. I was like, use Lost in the Woods or something like that, something that isn't copying somebody else's game name already. So he looks like he did that. He changed it to Park Ranger, Lost in the Woods. And then he also said he was sorry for the game being broken and the flashlight not working. So now, if we look here, yeah, see, this is what it was yesterday, Slender Exploration. He posted, I noticed he didn't say anything about changing the name. So to the indie developer, you probably want to go ahead and admit your faults, admit you fucked up, and maybe in your change this update to the fact that you did change the name of the game, so that you weren't doing any kind of copyright infringement. Just own up to it, and just say that's why the name of the game has changed from Slender Exploration to Park Ranger Lost in the Woods. But he did admit here that the game, the flashlight wasn't working because it was initially called T. Okay. And he put it as F at the controls. So that's why our flashlight wasn't working. So we're going to go ahead and try this game again now that the developer has actually listened to me. And, he admitted that it's his first game on Steam, that kind of thing. He's in his 20s, so he's not like a teenager or anything like that. He's a grown man, right? But this is his first title on Steam, and I remember well when I launched my first game on Steam back in 2017. So I know how daunting that is, and it's quite an accomplishment to actually launch your first game on Steam. A lot of indie developers never get to that point where they actually launch a game publicly to be scrutinized and reviewed and played. So, probably 95% of people who ever start making a game don't even finish it, much less upload it to Steam. So congratulations to there. Now, one other thing here, guys, that I got to mention is this cracked me up when I saw it. So if we look here, guys, at my review, where I called his game absolute trash just yesterday, I said my score, a big fat downloaded zero asset, because it's super hard to see, because it said total darkness, and the F key doesn't work at all. Does this sound familiar? Mr. Dev? So I called him, Mr. Dev because, you can't see my asset score. And you couldn't see anything in this game because it was so fucking dark because the flashlight was broken. Or he had the wrong key. He had the F key listed as, flashlight when it was actually the T key. Anyway, I called him Mr. Dev. So yesterday, his developer name was DE New or whatever. Now he's actually changed his developer name to Mr. Dev. And when I first saw that, like I just burst out laughing. Like I just thought that was hilarious that he used. Not only did he take my Lost in the Woods suggestion, but he also used Mr. Dev as a developer name because of my review. So I think this developer has a pretty good sense of humor. He's already made himself very likable, in my opinion. So I'm also going to try to be unbiased here as I re-review the game. If it's still garbage, I'm blunt and honest, and I'm going to say, hey, your game's still not worth the $2 asking price or whatever. But he's come a long way, guys. He's come a long ways. He's owned up to the fact that he can't use the Slender name, right? And he's changed the name, so he listened to feedback there. And he also, posted a fix. Hey, it's actually T, not the F key. So we're going to go in and see if the game might be any better, and we'll see if we can find those 8 clues or whatever the game's object is, and see if the game might be, more fun. So let's go ahead and jump in to Park Ranger, and we'll do that right after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. So when we launch the game, this is what we get now. So we've changed things around here as well. If we look in the controls, the flashlight is T. Okay, so T's a weird T's a weird key for a flashlight. I would try to change this back to F, just my suggestion, just because F makes more sense for a flashlight, but at least you got it labeled correctly. T is almost like a torch, like I would understand T for like a torch in like an RPG game or something. But whatever, as long as it works, right? So he also has, I don't think this was in the game yesterday when you looked at the controls, but so we know what we're looking for here. Alright, do not look at this guy. Alright, and clues spawn in different places every time. So the settings are all still the same. And let's jump in. So he did update his game in one day. I like that. Oh, wow. So it's even darker now than it was yesterday. But let's try hitting the correct key. Aha! Now we actually got some flashlight. Okay, so another question here is like, why did we get rid of the truck coming in? Did you not like that, or what's going on? I mean, yeah, they're driving the van up here. That wasn't bad. But if I'm being completely honest, I think I do like it better where you're just kind of starting here right off the bat without having to drive. It's interesting seeing the changes he made. Yeah, make sure you put all these changes in your updates. Like if you took out the intro van coming in, like put that in your updates to the developer. Okay. Well, this is so much better with the flashlight. The flashlight actually looks pretty good. It looks better than I thought it would. I like the way it's actually kind of spreading out. Sometimes you see flashlights in these, especially a first indie game on Steam, like the flashlight is all just like really bright in one little spot and it doesn't actually spread out and dissipate. I mean, this isn't a perfect, flashlight dissipation of the light, but it's actually a lot better than what we see in most $2 indie games for sure. So good job on the flashlight, the light dissipation. Okay. I like the hearing the fire there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And obviously, yes, guys, all these are going to be assets. And I don't mind a developer using assets as long as he makes a fun game to play. As long as I believe he put effort in. And, in the end, I believe that he made a game that he himself enjoys playing. And that I enjoy playing. And we're good. Okay, so we got to look around this map for 5 clues. I think it said they were notes or something. Hang on. Settings. Okay, so settings, not back. I believe it was 5 clues. I don't know if they're notes or what they are, but I'm assuming we'll hit E on them once we see them. Well, now we can see we're going down a trail or a road. This is the road that I think I started on. It's a plant. I thought I saw something different there in the dark. Okay, so we know that our stamina is going to be that green bar, so we're going to save that in case we see Mr. Creepy Guy. And we're not going to look at him. We're going to fucking turn around and run the other way. Hopefully. I know he said something about batteries running out as well, but, I mean, you've got to keep your flashlight on, or you're not going to see anything. This looks like a big map for searching for 8 clues. I feel like we're going the right way. Is this something else burning over here? It's something new, right? I mean, this is pretty cool because you kind of sense the fear of the dark, if you would. You kind of do feel all, secluded and alone. Here, is this a house? Hey, I think we're... Oh, no, that's not a house. That's a crane. Oh, no, that's a bulldozer. Is this a house? It is a burning house. Oh, no, it's not. I thought it was a burning house. No. It's a burning truck. Okay. This isn't where we was before, is it? Oh, I think it is. I don't know. I don't know where we're at. I get lost in these fucking games. I'm not even joking, guys. No, we haven't been here because I haven't seen that. This is a new area. Wonder if Creepy Guy is here somewhere. He's probably going to jump out and scare the living bejesus out of me, I'm just saying. Alright. So I don't really know, since I haven't found one fucking clue yet, I don't really know what I'm looking for. To be completely honest. I don't know if I'm looking for notes, I don't know if I'm looking for... Sound effects are starting to come in. So I know it said these random clues are different every time. It's weird how we get the sound effects every time we get close to these trucks. We get the tension sounds like dong, dong. I don't know how well you guys can hear it in the recording. Ah! Okay, we're running. We saw him. We saw that. That actually was fucking scary. I'm not even kidding. The hairs on my arms are actually raised, guys. I'm not even kidding. Oh fuck. I think it was more the sound than it was anything else. I mean, I just had a feeling that guy was going to be there. That was terrifying. I don't know if it made you guys jump, but playing the game, like I was saying before I even got to that area, I was already saying that the game made me kind of feel like I was, abandoned and alone out in the woods. And yeah, so searching that area and then seeing him and that sound effect, that was pretty good. I'm actually glad, guys, that I reviewed this game yesterday. And I know the developer said I was a big meanie head and I was rude about it or whatever. But then part of me also thinks that if I didn't react the exact way that I did, maybe it wouldn't have sparked him enough to make the changes that he made. If I was just like, oh, this game's not very, if I was just cool about it and said, oh, this game is not good and it's not fun and I don't know why the flashlight's not working or whatever. Like, maybe it wouldn't have been enough to prompt him to fix the game and change the name of the game from Slender to you know, the name he chose. So at least, and I even told him in the chat I had with him yesterday, I even told him, I was like, man, you should be thankful, brah, because uh, if I hadn't reviewed your game, you might be facing a lawsuit. Like the original developers or owners of the Slender games might sue his ass, especially for using the exact, for trying to copy the exact way the Slender wording was, the font, basically. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for as far as the clues here, guys. What the fuck am I looking for? We're gonna see that guy again, aren't we? We're totally gonna see the creepy guy again. I know we are. And I'm gonna jump out of my fucking skin again. I just want to find a clue, man. Just want to find a fucking clue. What am I looking for as far as the clues? Alright, guys, I'll probably fast forward a little bit here as I look around this world. Oh, shit! Okay, so that right there... Okay, so I was just saying that we were going to You Died. Okay, so that right there was really cheesy to the developer. Okay, so I wasn't even looking at him and I ran away. And then the game basically forced me to turn to him and it killed me. That is super cheesy. We don't want that in the game, man. You need to fix that shit. Do not force the player to look at the guy as the guy comes in and kills you. So what I would do, what I would change that to is make him jump or something like that. Like maybe make him jump or maybe make him fucking throw a knife at you, anything. Like that would be really cool. Like have him, instead of doing what you do, have him, if he's close enough, have him throw a rock at you or a knife at you. Like have him throwing a fucking cleaver at you would be cool. Like a fucking metal meat cleaver. And that way, if he misses you, like make there be a pretty good chance that he's gonna miss you a couple of times. So having that sound effect is perfect. That sound effect is fucking god scary as fuck. Not even kidding. So seeing his face, having that sound effect is really good. So then have it so as you run from him, maybe he throws a fucking meat cleaver at you. And the first time or two, have it be a really high chance, like a 90% chance he's gonna miss, right? But barely miss you. So as you're running, imagine seeing a meat cleaver, fly by your fucking the right side of you by inches. And then all of a sudden another meat cleaver misses you by inches on the left side. That would actually even create more fear and also make it so you can hear the sound of the meat cleavers, whirring by you through the air, like flying, the swish sound of them flying by you. That would really make this game even more scary, I think, by hearing and seeing those meat cleavers barely miss you on either side. And then if you don't fucking get the fuck away, maybe he hits you in the back or whatever, and you could say something like you died, before it says you died, say you were hit in the back by a meat cleaver from whatever guy you call it, right? The creepy guy, whatever his name is, right? So just call him Creepster. If you don't have a name for him, call him Creepster. K, call it, yeah, start with a K. Kreepster. Creepster. That'd be a good name for him. That way you're not copy infringing any other game or whatever. There's you and I did. You took my Lost in the Woods. You can take my Creepster. That could be his name. But you can make this so much better. But what you're doing here, where you just have me automatically turn and I can't control anything, and then he comes up and eats me, that's not fun, man. That just feels super cheap. So what I would do is always use like a meat cleaver idea, man, or something like that. And then maybe you get hit in the back if you don't get the fuck out of Dodge City, if you're not running fast enough or whatever. Maybe you have a good chance of getting hit in the back. But I would make it so he doesn't. As long as you're getting the fuck out of Dodge, make it be a really slim chance that you get hit in the back, because again, that might feel cheap. But definitely make it a high chance that he misses you on either side with a couple of meat cleavers, because I think that would make it even more intense and more scary. So I like it. I want to see if this developer is going to listen to my feedback here and change this so that the death doesn't feel cheap like I just felt. Because I think you have the makings of a really cool little $2 indie game for sure. It actually scared me. The first time I looked at him and that sound effect, that actually raised the hairs on my arms. I'm not even kidding, guys. But this right here was super cheap. And also, like, if we go back into the main menu, controls, we're looking for 8 clues. So maybe you need to specify exactly what a clue is. Like, what does a clue look like? Find and collect 8 clues. Like, I'm really curious. Let's go ahead and start this again. I just want to see if we can. I want to see if we can find a clue because I don't know what the fuck I'm looking for, guys. Like, I'm assuming that it'll tell me, like, hit E to collect clue or something if I find a clue. But I'm worried that other players are going to not know what they're looking for as well. Oh, no. I see. I was already in this area. Oh, here we go. There it is. Yep. There's a clue. We found a clue. Always watch no eyes. So we found one of 8. So it was a piece of paper there. Okay, we're not supposed to run because we don't want to wear out our stamina in case we do see the fucker. This looks like no, that was the edge of the map, but no. Yeah, I almost feel because we're getting that sound effect, I almost feel like we're gonna get sucked in again, you know? And that would be really crappy if we just got sucked into him and died without even seeing him. So it does give you the option. Oh, here's a house. We actually found a house now. This is cool. Oh, I'm fucking scared, man. Yeah, I think you have a great foundation, man, for a very good little $2 indie game. I'm not even joking, guys. Is that a clue? Hmm. We're gonna see this fucker again. I know we are. I feel it. I feel it. We're gonna see this sumbitch again. I'm surprised there's not any clues on this house. And I can't seem to go in or anything. Yeah, I'm surprised. Oh, there we go. Can't run. So we found 2. Now remember, guys, if you guys buy this game, you may not find the clues in the exact same spots I do because they're going to be randomized. And I definitely love that as well. The fact that the clues are, going to be randomized every time. Definitely something you want in a game like this. You don't want them to always be in the same spot. So it looks like they're always going to be pieces of paper. Yeah, I think this is great. I like the clues that you pick up. This is cool. Very cool. I think we just need to change out like what what you have now as far as him sucking you in and you can't control anything, to him throwing cleavers or knives at you or something. I think that would be really better. If these indie developers would just keep listening to me, man, I swear to God, they would make their game so much better. But so few indie developers listen to me. Most of them just get really mad and angry and tell me my computer sucks or I suck as a gamer or I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about or, we've seen a million Yep, I'm running. Okay. Fuck you, buddy. I knew we were going to see him again. Fuck. Oh, now we're in a barn. I don't know how the fuck I got here, but we're in a barn. Okay, so we're looking for pieces of paper. We're looking for clues. Well, at least we know what the fuck we're looking for now. This fucking guy is gonna show up here again. I know he will. Yep. We're out of here. We're out of here. And that's why you want to save your stamina, guys. It's still fucking freaky, man. Oh, fuck. I'm out of stamina. Now I'm vulnerable. It even tells me on the controls page, like, don't use up all your stamina or you're vulnerable. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I get sucked in here. Yep. I'm dead. I can't even run, guys, because I'm still trying to catch up. My flashlight's down to 55% as well. Like, I can't move until I get out of the red, I think. Okay, fucking go. Oh, fuck, Okay, so we need to make it so you don't get fat shamed between two keys. Like, make sure the collision box for trees is appropriate. I almost felt like okay, I think we lost him. I almost feel like the collision box for two trees there was fat shaming me. So make sure the collision boxes for trees isn't too big, man. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't fat shamed, but it felt like I couldn't get between two trees that were like 8 feet apart. And I was like, what the fuck? I could get you killed. Yeah, like right there. I don't know. This game is horrifying. It really is. I think for a first time indie game horror game, I think you hit it out of the park, man. We just need to make sure the fucking killer can't suck you in like he is. That feels so cheap when that happens. That first time I died, it felt so cheap. We know there's a fucking clue on that goddamn barn. We know it. Oh, and I'm out of stamina this time. Yeah, so it says do not look at him, but I just want to see what happens here. Okay, so we died there. That made more sense. At least that time he just came up and killed me. That's cool. Um, so in that situation there, like if we're looking at him and he comes up to me, like seeing him throw a fucking hatchet at me and having the hatchet just hit me, like hit the screen, would be really cool. But one thing I would do is before you died, instead of having it in like this, like if you can make like a blood splatter effect, like even if he hits you in the back, right, with a cleaver or whatever, if you could come up with like a cool blood splatter effect where like from the center of the screen, blood is splattering, like just imagine like a big splatter of blood, and it all starts right here in the middle, and like blood is just splattering outwards from the screen. I think that would be a great way to die, rather than having it just die like this. Or the first time I died, where it just says you died, like have a big blood splatter effect. That would be awesome if you could do something like that. Just make a really cool blood splatter effect for dying. And actually have motion, actually show the blood, coming out from the center. I'm sure there's assets or whatever that you can use to do that. But well done to this developer. I think it still needs some work. I think you need to change it so it doesn't feel cheap, so it can't grab you and pull you in like happened to me the first time. Here, this was fine. I just think like some kind of a blood splatter effect or dying effect would be good. Or even just have the screen, slowly turn red. Whatever. Something besides this. But yeah, I think you are well on your way, Mr. Dev, to making a very cool little $2 game. Just a little bit more work, man. And now you've changed my review to an effort is obvious. I'm going to give you an effort is obvious. I'm not ready to give you like a really high score on this game yet. I think you got some more work to do to make this game really, really cool. But it's way better now than it was. You're not stealing some other game's name, right? You've changed the name to something that you own, that you created, and you're not copyright infringing anybody. Uh, and then you've also made the flashlight work. You've told us what button we need to properly hit to make the flashlight work. It's a T button rather than F. I would change that back to F if I were you. That can't be that hard to change the flashlight button from T to F. I mean, that's going to be really easy. And then we've talked about some other changes you can make. The blood splatter effect, the making sure that it doesn't feel cheap when he gets you. Make sure that he can't just suck you in without... Like, the problem with the first way I died was that I lost all control. And anytime you take control away from the player, and they can't move, and they're getting sucked into the killer, that just makes the player feel like that was a cheap death. And it makes them want to rage quit. So that's why I would do away with that whole thing of, taking control away from the player and get sucked into the killer. Instead, just have him kill you, right? Whether it be with meat cleavers or whether it be, whatever. Just don't take control away from the player because that creates that was a cheap death kind of feeling. So hopefully you can do something with that. Hopefully I've helped you some more, Mr. Dev, in this game. I look forward to playing this game again. And right now it's quite scary. I'll have Addie play this game again. Or I'll have Addie play this game, and we'll see if it scares the shit out of her, and I bet you it will make her scream. I really do. I bet you I'm going to have her play this game. I'll record it, and I bet you it's going to make her fucking scream. Especially the first time he goes, and she sees the guy. That'll be great. But in the meantime, continue working on your game, Mr. Dev. Uh, I like what you're doing, and the main thing I like is you're actually listening to, as hard as I was on you in my first miss review of your game, you listened to my feedback, you took my feedback, you even took my Lost in the Woods recommendation. Uh, oh, also, one thing I would want to do as well to help you out, Mr. Dev, because you are listening to me, so I want to try to help you out. So on this particular image here, right? Let's go ahead and fuck. You have a hmm. Let's go ahead and use this image, and let's say we're using this. Yeah, this is exactly. I think this is the exact image you're using right here. So let me grab this image and let me show you how to make this look a lot better. So I'm going to copy this screen. What we're going to work on is I'm going to try to help you make this look a hell of a lot better because that's even hard to read. So let me help you, man. So what I have here, Mr. Deb, is I have a program I use called Paint.net. I've been using this program for probably 10, 15 years. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to take almost the same image size that you took there, something like that. And you want to make sure you get the size, correct according to what size the uh, team is asking you for. So you want to change this to whatever size they're asking for. So like on this one, I can't remember what the size is, but I think it's like 480 by 290 or whatever the fuck it is. You want to make sure your size is correct. But what I'm showing you here, Mr. Dev, is how to make these words stand out better. So if we come in here, what the first thing you want to do is you want to create a shadow. So the image is fine, but you want to create a shadow. So DCC Ash, this might be a better font just for your game. It looks more horrifying, just saying. But the main thing I want to show you is how to make Arc Ranger. You also want to make sure you're not using fonts that are, that you own. You want to make sure you're using fonts that are public domain. Okay. But see, we want to go ahead and put in Park Ranger. And if you want Park Ranger there in red, we want to put that uh, the black background there first, and then you come in here and you put in Park Ranger over the top of the shadow. So if we zoom in here a little bit more, and then you kind of put this red. What I do is I like to make the shadow to the left and above my actual words. So you put your words to the right and to the down a little bit from your shadow that you place, right? And then you want to go ahead and do the loss in the words. I would use the same font and just make it a little bit smaller, right? You could even make this one be bold, right? But make this be, and then we're going to put in lost in the woods. Okay. So we'll see if we can make this look any better. Now again, we're going to want to center that. I like to center it with it where I can see it. And then we're going to make it black again to give it that shadow. And then you had it in, we're also going to make this like probably, I don't know, I'd make it green since the woods are green. And you can use a different font. You don't have to use this font or whatever. But the main thing I'm showing you here is that by putting that back shadow on there, it's going to make your words stand out a lot better. The contrast is going to be a lot easier to read with that. And so, for example, I mean, this font here, this Ash font, is kind of hard to read as it is because it's so broken up, and you can see the splatter effects on there. But if I changed all that to a regular font, like let's find a, and obviously you don't want to use like a cartoonish font or anything like that. Um, Arial rounded empty bold. Let's try that one. So let's go here. Park Ranger. And let's go 48 on that, maybe. Oh, that's too big. 36. There we go. I'm going to try to center that. And by, again, putting that back shadow on there in black, right, that's going to uh, make it a lot easier to read. And then maybe do this one, yeah, just kind of like you've done there. And I'm just using it green here to get the placement, to get it centered correctly. And then I'm going to change this to black. And then I'm going to go in with a green or white or whatever color. I wouldn't use black because black is going to be so hard to read. I would make the words white before I made them green or before I made them black. Okay. And you can always zoom in more so you can get that, you know, get it placed correctly. So as you can see, there's my image and there's your image right there. So can you see the difference in how legible and how much easier mine is to read compared to what you have here? So just a little, a little help for you, Mr. Developer, on putting that shadow behind your words, black shadow behind your words to make your words a lot easier to read on something like this. Now you also, another possibility, one thing that I do sometimes as well, to even make it look more professional, is I'll go ahead and take like a line. And this is another option for you. I just want to go ahead and show you this. So go ahead and take a line. Make sure that I like this program because you can see really well that it's really, if if the angle is correct. So for example, when you click on this, your angle will be 0.00. That way you know you have a straight line. And so then if we go in here, and if you do like a back line like that, you don't even have to create a shadow, right? So you could also do that. You could also just put like a black bar behind it as well. And that might even be better. So for example, if we went in, so we have that option there, which I think looks a little bit better than what you have. But then also if we just go with a black line, and let's create, for this one, let's go ahead and create an 80. And maybe we're just going to go, again, look at that angle there. Make sure you're getting it as 0 exactly. And maybe let's try 70. Okay. And then we'll also come in here and we'll get another line while we're at it. And we'll make this line like 45. And this will be for our Lost in the Woods, right? And we'll want to go ahead and center that, or get close to centering it. Oh, what the hell? Oh, well, I had it, but then I lost it somehow. But I think you're getting the idea here of kind of what I'm doing, right? What the hell? I have the line. Why is it disappearing? There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and move that line down again. Remember, we got our angle at 0, which is what we want there, right? So maybe go down here. We want to try to center it the best we can. Okay. Anyway, guys, when you get it centered the way you want, then you can come in here. And I don't really like this font here, for example. Let's try... And you can find fonts. I use Dafont, D-A-F-O-N-T, to find my fonts. So that might help you as well. I mean, you can get fonts on a lot of different places, but you can see I've downloaded a lot of fonts. I know I have some pretty good fonts for like horror kind of stuff. Metal Gear Solid. Arc. Yeah, see, I like that one better. And then here, because those are so skinny, maybe you could even come in here. 1, 2, 3. I probably space those out by 4. You could even space those out like that. Try to center it. And then here, maybe I would just go the opposite of the black and just go white, and then come in here and put, so then here I might space these out, just like kind of like we did with the park ranger, just to make them, have the same, make sure they're all the same, the symmetry is all good. But you just want to take your time with it, and then maybe make this a little bit bigger here, that, and then center it. But I mean, you just want to spend a little bit of time with this, and so either way, I still think that, you can make the words stand out a lot better, as I've done here, either with a back shadow of your letters behind the letters, or with black bars like this. Either way, it's going to make the title of your game be a lot more legible than what you have here. So hopefully that'll help you out in some way. And if you want to use the same program, it's completely free. It's called paint.net, and you can just Google it and download it. It's completely free. If you go to a website and try to charge your money, then get off that website. And it's a bullshit website. But it should be the first one you come up with if you put in paint.net in your Google search. So hopefully that's helped you out, Mr. Developer. Mr. Dev, I love the fact that you actually took my name as your developer name. I love the fact that you're listening to critical reviews of your game. And I think by listening to me and listening to critical feedback, I think you're making a step in the right direction towards becoming an indie developer. And I wish more indie developers would heed my advice and take critical criticism as well as you have. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Be sure you comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this developer and my re-review of his game. I think it has more work to go, but he's definitely shown a huge turnaround. He's came from a 0 score to like a 7. So I'm already giving him like a 7 out of 10 right now, and I think the game could be even better, especially for that $2 price tag, if he makes the game a little, if he does a few more things to like the suggestions that I made in the video. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Peace.